Oh, sorry.
I want to see your cute face. It looks like I'm blowing you
What?
because you're looking down at your phone.
Oh,
That's the angle that would
got it.
be. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was on the air, so we'll
Was
get
it?
that. Yeah.
Cool. You're gonna have to cut that out or not. Who cares? Hey, everybody! It's the Rebuilding Your Podcast. It's season 4. I have no damn idea what episode number this is anymore.
15.
15. How about that? It's 15. That's cool. I think we're still doing something with mybookie.com, so go to that site and use promo code year25 and you'll get a bunch of shit. So here's the story. It's Thursday. It's 8:30. I got somewhere to be. Ryan is too busy to do the podcast. He's too damn busy, folks. Mr. Too Damn Busy. He left his computer in Louisville, which I don't even know why he's in Louisville. I thought the whole point of his new job was that he stays in Indianapolis the whole time. But he's in Louisville. He left his computer there. And so it's just me, Chris, and Peter. And we're going to do the hard-hitting questions today. Before we get to Twitter headlines, though, which is a theme. That's the only segment we're going to do today. The only topic we have to discuss is Purdue basketball bad? Are they bad? Chris, go.
You know what? I think they are bad, and that's not a horrible thing that they're bad. The year that 4 starters left, that's kind of I expected that. I mean, I'm not sure everyone else did, but I mean, you saw this with Ben Simmons at LSU. They were a bad team. They didn't make the tournament, and he was a first-round pick. So
he was like the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
he's pretty.
So I
good.
think that's a pretty good comparison to where Purdue's at, where Carson Edwards is one of the best players in college basketball. They just have nobody around him that has enough talent or is experienced enough to play with him. I mean, Ryan Klein, you would expect to, but I don't know what he's doing this year. And then Harms hasn't progressed like we expected him to. Evan Boudreau has been pretty good. So
Boudreau's been good and Wheeler's been good.
Yeah.
Outside of Carson, who's obviously amazing, I would say Boudreau and Wheeler are also
and
very
even
good.
Boudreau's been pretty streaky. He's had a couple good games, and like the last 2 or 3, it's been like, where are you at?
But then again, Boudreau's not one of those guys that like you should be really. I don't know. Like, is he a guy you really should be relying on for like?
He's a grad transfer, and that's.
He should be like
play minutes and get some points and help out, but you're not expecting him to be.
If he was on last year's team, he would be like just a solid guy to have around. Yeah. Be like, all right, we got to give somebody a blow. Like, get Boudreau in there. You know, he'll write
15
ship.
minutes a game.
Yeah, so it's like if Purdue is a good team, he would take Eifert's role where he's a 6th man up. He's like, all right, if you need someone solid to like not fuck up a lot,
right?
Like maybe get some points. That's where he should be. But this team just isn't at that spot, so he's got to play basically a full slate.
He's a better version of Grady Eifert.
Yes, that's good. And I mean the rest of these guys, Grady Eifert, with Trevion Williams, is he still on the team? What's his deal?
I think he plays like 3 minutes a game.
Yeah. I mean, Pete, you got Nojel Watch always on lock.
Oh my God, the man can't score.
He can't.
I don't know what it's
immune.
He like doesn't even try. Which doesn't make sense to me because when he like drives to the hoop, it works a decent amount of the time, and it's just like he just doesn't do it, and I don't understand why.
I mean, it's almost like he just knows that Carson's gonna be able to score enough points for both of them, and he's just like, nope, not gonna do it, not today, folks. But here's the long and short about Purdue basketball. They have 1 good win, and that was a 62-60 win over Maryland at home. Other than that, they got their doors blown off by Michigan, absolutely killed. They lost by 1 to Florida State, whatever. And the Texas game, they lost to, and I don't think Texas was all that good. So they get to play Notre Dame this weekend. I mean, what are they, 6-4?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty much in the boat that this team's probably not going to the NCAA tournament this year, just based on the first month and a half of play. Now, obviously, that can change. as we saw with that team that made that run at the end of the year and beat IU in our senior year, and they went to the tournament and lost to Cincinnati. Postseason-wise, what are your guys' predictions for this team? Peter, Mr. RPI himself.
I mean, I think they're still probably on track to make the tournament just because, I mean, it's not like the losses have been – outside Michigan, they haven't looked, like, terrible. And if you can just have a game where either Carson doesn't play like shit and the rest of the team plays okay, or Carson plays well and the rest of the team is awful. Like, if both groups are, like, just average, I think they're going to win more games than not. And the Big Ten, everyone's on like the same level this year. So yeah, I think they still make the tournament.
So they are on pace to go what, 18-12? Yeah.
I mean, but they're not going to be playing, 4 ranked teams in the last 5 games.
Yeah, but they're not going to be playing Davidson either and Robert Morris.
Yeah, Rutgers,
Yeah, they do get to play Rutgers. That's true. It's a very good point. But, I mean, their easy games are Rutgers, Belmont. I mean, Belmont's 7-1 for whatever that's worth. Ohio, I don't know. Maybe Ohio's good. They go to the tournament sometimes. Like, Illinois sucks. Rutgers sucks, but that's really it. I mean, I don't know. Chris, what are your thoughts here?
I think that if both groups, like you're saying, Carson and the rest of the guys play average, that kind of scares me because they've been in close games against Texas and not Michigan, but Florida State,
Virginia Tech,
and they've lost them all. They haven't been able to close out games because when you get to the final,
that was the refs. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
You got cheated.
But when you get to the end of this game, you can't close them out if you only have one player who can kind of score. So you're gonna need a miracle to happen with Ryan Klein and Matt Harms or no Joe Stern. But Two of those guys need to start being good basketball players.
If Klein doesn't go 1 for 10 from 3 for the game, I think we're doing all right.
Is this sort of the situation that we saw with Kendall Stevens where he just kind of fell off the map?
Probably. I mean, I think Ryan Klein's just made better by not having to be a main scoring option.
20-point scorer.
Yeah. If he gets to just grab the ball and shoot with hardly anyone around him or a bad defender around him, he can make the shots. But if he's the second best player on the team,
30+ minutes every game.
I mean, Ryan Klein was sort of like Delhi or something like that when he played for the Cavs, where it's fun when he makes shots, and that's cool. But when you start relying on him to be an actual
leading scorer
of the team, then it stops being fun and cool, and it starts being wait, this kid has no game other than outside shooting. Right now, that's cold. So, what are we doing here? I don't know. I mean, I really don't see them improving that much in Big Ten play. I just don't. Other than Carson, there's just not a lot of life on this team. Carson and Wheeler, that's your big this is what you come to watch. But I mean, Harms has just been a disappointment. Like we talked about, Klein's been a disappointment. I don't know. I don't really see them making the tournament this year. I could see some more disappointing losses.
And looking through the Big Ten, I mean, Peter said it's pretty average, but I mean, other than Illinois, Rutgers, and Penn State. I mean, Penn State even may be able to win a game. I don't know what they're like because they had a good win. But everyone else is pretty average, and they could beat Purdue any day of the
right. That's the other thing about
Purdue
that.
Beat them. I mean, that's the thing that goes both ways. But
yeah, but we've seen that they haven't been able to win these close games.
If Purdue would have beaten Virginia Tech, Florida State, and Texas, then I'd be like, hell yeah.
Any of them.
Or one of those games, then I'd be like, yeah, this is cool. Their best chance at a good non-conference win is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame isn't having the best year this year, so they really need to win.
I mean, they did beat Maryland a week ago, and they were top 25. But
non-conference wins, Peter.
I know. I'm just saying in general.
What's the committee going to say?
Well, it's the NET now, so we don't need to do
it's not
the
RPI
stuff.
So I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll do a full
first week of the NET, they had Furman as the number 1 team.
I mean, I would agree with that. I think that Furman.
Can we talk about Mr. Graham Couch leaving Duke, Kansas, and
Yeah,
Kentucky
I
off
mean,
his top 25.
That's smart. I mean, you gotta
go with the net.
Duke's a one-man team. You can't put them in the top 25. Basketball, last time I checked, was played by 5 players working together on the court. And you know what?
You could say there's only one ball.
There's only one ball, but you have to share that ball. And you know what Graham Couch is really sick and tired of is flashy, athletic, one-and-done style players
but
that are ruining college basketball.
A beautiful game.
You can fill in the blanks there. A game that was beautiful in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, and then after that, it wasn't good anymore.
But remember when he left Purdue off his top 25 and they were like a number 5 team?
Texas ruined college basketball in Graham Couch's eyes. Or whatever that was. That's my take on Graham Couch. He's a racist, everybody. That's what I'm saying. Allegedly.
Alleged racist.
Allegedly, Graham Couch is a racist. I don't want to get sued. Not that anybody would ever listen to this or know who Graham Couch is. Watch like Mike DeFabio is like a avid. What is Mike DeFabio? What is Mike DeFabio's job?
It's
like a writer for somebody.
I saw it. It's the CNHN or something like that. I don't know. Some newspaper or.
There's so many people on Purdue Twitter that are just like. There's so many sources and things like that who knows.
Also, how many people can Purdue sports support in like the sports world?
Apparently a lot. I think we are the straw that breaks the camel's back on that, though. I think we were the last ones on the arc.
There's just not enough to go around now.
Yeah, we have taken up the last of that market share.
I'm still waiting for the paycheck in the mail.
I'm still waiting to get our press passes for the 2015 NCAA tournament, but I think we need a couple more Twitter followers, and then we'll be good. One quick note of business: Purdue does play Notre Dame Crossroads Classic, an event we're all familiar with because we went last year. We're not going this year because, again, Purdue basketball isn't good, so we're not going. There's no spread, which is weird because the game's in 2 days. But the matchup predictor on the ESPN Basketball Power Index, which, as far as I'm concerned, is infallible, gives Purdue a 68.4% chance to win. Let's round that up to 69%. Nice. Do you agree with the Basketball Power Index, Peter? Will Purdue win this game? Will they win? By how much will they win? Or will they lose?
I got to think that all of Purdue's faults of having slow, unathletic players, Notre Dame's worse about that.
What are you talking about? Slow and unathletic.
Hard-working and gritty
role players
willing to take care of business and do what's necessary. Notre Dame's even worse about that. So I got to think Carson can take advantage.
I think they're going to get that. What was that? Was it Kavanaugh? What was that one guy that they used to have that was really good?
Oh,
man. What was that guy's name? Connaughton. Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, I went to high school with him.
Yeah, he was good. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Everybody cares. Chris, will Notre Dame beat Purdue? Will Purdue beat Notre Dame?
I think Purdue will beat Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is having what some may call a rebuilding year after their seniors left and their good players left. Because they barely made it past Illinois, and Illinois is a bad team this year.
I wonder
if some equally bad losses.
We don't know any other teams that the seniors all left and now it sucks either.
No, we don't.
Not familiar with that situation.
I do think Purdue will lose just because it's a non-conference game against a Power 5 team, and Purdue has shown no pedigree to beat those teams. Their average of losses in those 3 games is what's 8 divided by 3, roughly.
1.875 or something like that.
2.67.
2.67. Purdue will lose by 2.67 points in this game, approximately. No, it's going to be a close game. I mean, both teams aren't that great. The better game is definitely Indiana and Butler this year, for sure. I don't even know if Butler's good, but I know, oh, man, are we going to get slapped around by Indiana this year, too? Ugh.
All right, so if Purdue loses by more than 2.67 points, can the viewers DM you and ask for $1 again?
Yeah. Well, they can do that anytime. If you listen to the podcast,
Just
all you have
DM
to do
us.
is DM me and ask me for money. No,
Again,
I don't know.
Unless you're Kevin.
Unless you're Kevin. It's going to be a close game. Also, Kevin, buddy, you gotta stop caring about this basketball team so much. They are not good. This is not a good team. You're going to get hurt. We're here for you, but we don't want to see you hurt. So I think it's going to be a close game. I don't really know who's going to win. It's going to come down to the wire. These are two crappy teams. They're playing the first game, right?
Oh, always.
Of course. Indiana always gets the second game. So I think the 2-game win streak in the Crossroads Classic comes to an end this year. So that's the sports. I guess we're going to talk about the bowl next week.
I would assume so.
Yeah, that seems like a better
we
idea.
got a spread on that bad boy yet?
Ooh, I could figure it out. Hold on.
Good radio. We're not editing this episode either, so
No, so just stick with us here.
Auburn -4.
Okay.
Honestly, I think just because it's Auburn, I think Auburn's a lot better than they are. But I don't know. I think that'll be probably a pretty good game. I think does Auburn have a good defense? Is that their claim to fame? That their defense is super good, or are they just sort of an average team? I don't really know that much.
I think they're just an average team.
I mean,
They
they're
didn't play very
7-5,
well.
so
Yeah.
They beat Liberty University 53-0.
I think Purdue football is right on par with Liberty University, though.
Well, they lost to Alabama 52-21, and if the Twitterverse has been saying that Purdue is basically Alabama with Rondale Moore, so
Well, I think we have to talk about Rondale Moore, a Heisman snub. Why wasn't he on the stage?
wasn't even in the conversation.
Wasn't even Kyler Murray? Are you kidding me? Has anybody done more for their team than Rondale Moore? Here's a good hypothetical. Who would you rather have on your team in the individual sport? Rondale Moore or Carson Edwards? Who is more important to their team?
Rondale Moore or Carson Edwards. But we've seen what a singular Carson Edwards can do, and that's.
But we've also
not
seen
win
what a
close games.
singular Rondale Moore can do, and that's
win some games.
Win game. Literally, he won games for Purdue.
Yes. So I'd rather have Rondale Moore.
I think I'd rather have Rondale Moore too. I don't think Purdue basketball. I mean, they might be worse. They might lose by more, but I don't think they have a much different record without Carson this year.
No,
They have the same number of wins.
That's true. They have the same number of wins. So if Purdue loses out, then I mean, you got to start worrying about Carson's legacy here. I think that's the important thing. Where does he fall in the pantheon of Purdue point guards? All right, so I guess we're going to move on to our topic of the week, folks. Baby, It's Cold Outside. Is it problematic, or does that song just suck? Peter?
It is pretty misogynist.
Is that is that misogyny?
I think he's just trying to convince her. He's not saying that she has to stay.
But is trying to make
hey, you stay. It's like, hey, here's my argument for you staying.
Well, if she was trying to leave, and he's trying to convince her.
I don't know if she's trying
stay.
to leave. She's trying to convince her to leave because it's like the
Well,
1950s when the song was
I
written.
think
really
she
can't stay.
I think she wants him to, I think
Fight
she's
for her.
saying, yeah, try a little harder. Girls will be like, oh, well, I'm going to, leave the bar because, whatever, not having that good of a time. And I'm like, great. That's awesome. I love that. Get out of here. Yeah, sweet. Thank God. Go hang out with
Have
your
you
awful
heard the
friends.
new version of that song, though?
No.
That some band.
There's a new
And
version?
it's like,
Does the
yeah,
is
it's
it
like, I
does
think
the
you should
girl
stay.
does
And
the
he goes,
girl rape the guy? Because that would be very
no,
2018.
it's like, I think you should
Equality.
stay. He's like, baby, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It should
That's a
just
new
be
thing.
it should just be you up. Hey, you up.
Hey, you
And
up?
that's the new Christmas song.
Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. You could write the whole lyrics. It's like 2 a.m. He's drunk. He just got home from the
No,
bar.
you.
Yeah, he just got home from the bar. He's like laying in bed waiting for his pizza to get there. And he's just texting her, "You up?" And then she makes the fatal mistake.
I'll come over if you promise to stay awake.
Yeah, right. Like, if you're going to be awake, I'll come over. Like, if we can watch, one episode of some show, then yeah. I will stay awake, but he's not staying awake. And then the second half of the song is his battle to stay awake. He's like trying to play Fortnite, but like can't really focus on the controls, and it makes his head hurt. And he's trying to like Juul a lot to like just get that nicotine.
Gets up to make some food and forgets about it in the oven.
Yeah. It's like looking at the Uber Eats app, like the guy never gets closer. It's just like an infinite loop of the guy being 9 minutes away. I think that's
instead of the car.
Yeah, right. And then the girl like went to get ready.
Her being locked out.
It basically ends with her being locked out because she went and got ready, and he interpreted that as she wasn't responding to his texts anymore. So then he goes to bed, and she gets locked out and has to get 2 Ubers consecutively, and never gets in. That's what people want, folks. I mean, that's this day and age that we're living in.
If there's any producers listening, he wrote a hit for you there. Royalties, please.
Yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer. What else we got in the news? There's still a bit of mystery surrounding the human heart left on a Southwest flight.
What?
Folks.
All right. If you didn't know about this now.
Yeah.
Now you do.
It's raining cash after a armored car spills money across a highway. How about that? Would you stop and try to pick up the money?
Oprah has gone viral for eating unseasoned chicken.
That's a no-no on Oprah's part of Twitter.
Yeah, that's just not good.
Yeah. You got to season your chicken. That's a big-time thing.
There's no calories in seasoning. Everyone knows that.
Folks, Michael Cohen, he's going to be getting a different kind of footlong in prison. Am I right? He's going to be making other kind of payments to people.
Yeah.
He's going to jail. He's going to jail big time. Orrin Hatch and other senators bid farewell to the Senate. Orrin Hatch, what is he, a bird? Was that some kind of bird name?
The idea of ghosting a job brings up questions of obligation and reciprocity.
Oh, that was actually a good one. I think you should just be allowed to leave jobs whenever you want.
Yeah.
You
can just say fuck
walking out the damn door.
There's not a law against that, right?
You are so low on the corporate totem pole as somebody that could just, if you could do that, you are so low on the totem pole that nobody will really care if you do that. It doesn't impact the company at all. If you don't think that there's 4 other people that are doing the same job as you, at least.
That's what my boss, like someone just like got mad and quit. And it's like, you won't be able to do my job without me. And our boss is like,
yeah, we will.
All right, we'll see ya.
That's not true.
All right.
The most OG,
find someone else.
The most OG quitting I ever saw was I work in a company that has delivery trucks and delivery drivers that drive those trucks around. And this one delivery driver pulled over to the side of the highway, got out of the truck, got in his friend's car, and nobody ever heard from him again, and left a delivery truck on the side of the highway. Running.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I mean, what were you gonna do? Leave it unrunning?
I was like,
refrigerated.
It was a refrigerated truck. There was food in it.
Yeah, he didn't want to ruin the product.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's not malicious.
Respect. Respect.
Kendall Jenner is the world's highest paid model now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Good for her. You know, she got it honest. Adderall, the top trending topic on Twitter. Former Apprentice NBC staffer Castler Noel says Donald Trump is a speed freak who crushes up Adderall and snorts it.
Ooh.
What's the big deal there?
I mean, it's a busy job.
Yeah, he's the president of the United States.
What do you get, like 4 hours of sleep a night?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, you got to make time to watch Fox News.
Sure, problems. All sorts of problems. Wake up. Nobody wants that job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want that damn rejected ice cream toppings. I guarantee one of the first one is going to be Trump related. Let's see how long it takes me to scroll through Twitter to find something Trump related. A lot of pubic hair in here. That's pretty.
That's what?
I mean, yeah,
gross.
Sure.
Oh, romaine lettuce. That's about 2 weeks late. You tried. Come on. Oh, Trump's mushrooms. There we go. What is that? I don't know what that means. Trump's mushrooms.
Is he like a little mushroom, like
Some
he's
sort
not
of.
packing.
I guess I
Oh,
missed that
like
headline.
his dick? Yeah, that would be an awful ice cream topping.
How many?
I don't know.
does he
I don't
have?
know.
Like,
I don't know. I'm just saying that's probably where they were going with that.
I mean, that is spot on to the to the bad ice cream. I mean, that would be a bad ice cream topping. Taylor Swift celebrates her 29th birthday. Happy birthday, Taylor.
Big listener.
Congrats. Big time listener. Shout out Taylor. Sonic the Hedgehog, folks. What are your thoughts on that movie? He's a hedgehog. He runs fast.
I didn't even know they were making a movie.
Collects gold coins. Wait, this guy runs fast and collects gold coins. Was he my ex-wife, folks? Huh?
Oh man.
Oh, we're killing it. This podcast is so good.
How does think Ryan's gonna be shocked when he comes back and we just do Twitter.
Oh, we're just doing Twitter headlines?
Yeah.
Ryan, new format to the show. Your basketball thing sucked. We're not doing that anymore.
We just read Twitter.
We're doing Twitter now. Yeah. You know what my favorite thing about Twitter really is still, though? That people don't understand how the targeted trends feature works and will always assume that, like, Purdue is trending nationwide when it's not.
There's been like one time ever when that happened.
When they beat Ohio State.
Yeah, that's it.
That was the time. But they'll like play a big Ten basketball game and they'll be like, oh, 15K people are tweeting about Purdue. It's like, one, that's not even the enrollment of the damn school, so it's not even that many people. Two, that is not a nationally trending topic on Twitter. Adderall has 49,000 people tweeting about it. That's trending, folks. Russia's most modern robot turns out to be a man in a suit. Was he Putin? Was he Putin? Folks, Putin. All right, we need a good one to
let's see here
to finish on. Sports. There's always fun stuff in sports, right? This is a sports podcast. Bunch of soccer stuff. Steph Curry admits the moon landing doubts were a joke. Oh, I thought he would have stuck by his guns on that. What an idiot that guy is, huh?
I mean, Kyrie Irving's still stuck by the flat earth.
No,
what'd you call the end slice on a loaf of bread?
The heel.
The stepchild. You don't use it and you throw it away, folks. What is this? What is this? My first wife's birth control? All right.
Okay.
So that was the Rebuilding Your Podcast, Season 4, Episode 15. This show is so bad now. I don't think we anticipated how bad it would be if Purdue basketball wasn't good because we still have half a year to do the show. And Purdue football comes and goes pretty quick. But Purdue basketball, we still have
we got the whole season, basically.
We have 3 months, basically. They've played 10
Maybe
games.
we'll start doing like every 2 weeks.
No. Can't do that.
Give the
because
people
we got to do Ryan's basketball time where we just say we're picking. I'll pick Kansas.
Okay,
and then a bunch of this, and then Peter, what do you pick? Kansas.
Damn, we all picked Kansas again.
Oh,
okay.
Shit, we all picked Kansas. All right, another 5 minutes. All right, but that was the Rebuilding Podcast, Season 4, Episode 15. Find us on Twitter at The Rebuilding YR. Find Peter on Twitter at Peter_Mick. Find Chris on Twitter at Boston Boiler. Find me on Twitter at SteveGreco01. Ryan does not get a shout-out because he was not on the episode. As always, if you listen to this point, DM me or reach out to me via text message, and I will Venmo you $1 unless you're Kevin, because, Kevin, you need help. You need to quit Purdue basketball. It's not good for you. You're too invested in it. We don't want to see you hurt. Let's do an episode next time, an intervention for Kevin Finley. Without telling him. We just won't tell him about it.
Well, he'll know now.
You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to have a phone guest.
We
We forgot to call our only guest, Travis. That's the only guy we're ever going to call. Is Travis.
Oh, man.
Dude, this show's going to be so good this winter. You guys don't even know how good it's going to be. Yeah, get effing excited. All right. So Boilers by 90 and wait till next year.